Okay, so at 6:49 this morning, Saginaw County Sheriff's Office received a 911 call stating that a crime had been committed down in the village of St. Charles, excuse me. Upon arrival, we met with the victim, a female, 26-year-old female from Saginaw County, who informed us that sometime before 6:49, we're still trying to nail down the exact time, she stopped at the Marathon station in St. Charles on M52 to pick something up, make a purchase. She was on her way to work, and when she got out of her car to go in and make the purchase, the suspect, who was in the parking lot, maybe casing the parking lot waiting for a victim, chose her. He got into her vehicle, laid down in the back seat. It was dark. Again, it was before 6:30 in the morning, and she was driving on her way to work, heading out of St. Charles, and that's when he popped up and produced a weapon and forced her to drive to a remote area, and she was assaulted and injured, and he then told her to drive to another location that was even more remote, and at that time she made a conscious decision to bail out of her own car while it was moving. She jumped out and was injured in that incident as well, and the suspect then took control of the car and tried to run her over with her own vehicle, and she was able to get to a farmhouse, and thank God someone was home and answered the door and called 911. We had personnel in that area, thank God we did, and they responded quickly to her and got her to a local hospital where she's being treated right now, and she's safe. She did receive injuries. We don't believe that they're life-threatening injuries. The detectives responded quickly. St. Charles Police came as well, and Richland Township Police, and they worked very hard on it from 6:49 in the morning when we got the call, and within 3 hours we had the suspect in custody. So my detectives did a great job of identifying who he was. He's a 44-year-old male who's from Saginaw County, and they were able to take him into custody without incident. We found her car, but now the hard work begins at the procedural for our agency to process the original scene of the abduction, the 2 other locations where she was assaulted, and then her car where we found it, the suspect's residence, the suspect's vehicle. So we have all of these things that we're currently working on right now, and to get him arraigned today, I think, is a little too high of an expectation.